Hey there YouTube, it's me T4 Wilderness. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the first of this year's toy reviews. I like to review these Korean bots. I tend to specialise in them, and obviously kicking this year off with a Korean toy, obviously. Now, back in the last year, December, if you remember, I did a review, or the last review I did was on this gal, Hello Carbot Gem, Wingbird Gem, and quite impressed by it actually. It's a very good bot, and it actually, in my opinion, was the best bot I got last month and made it onto my top bots of the year list. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. So I looked at the rest of the toys from this particular toy line, which I think is what, season 13 of the Hello Carbot toy line, cartoon show, season 13, and they did a couple of other bots in this line with this gimmick that they've got, this gem animal, or what I'm going to refer to as Gem Master, because it's kind of like a breast master or a headmaster rolled into one, and they're like transparent, mechanical animals which transform into a chest and a headpiece, which then slots into the top of the robot, because the robot is basically power armor and it slots in and then it becomes the character. So I'm going to call them Gem Masters, just a nice catchy phrase to call them. Anyway, so I've got the second of the three that they did using this gimmick, and it's this guy. Right, so here's the box. Hello Carbot Diggobear Gem. And basically, there's Chatan, there's his name, there's the Gem logo. It's called Diggobear because he's a digger and his gem animal is a bear. So that's where the name comes from. It's no bells and whistles on this thing. Kind of a large box. It's got the egg carton or egg box packaging inside, which I quite like, which is very environmentally friendly and better than them plastic clamshells. You can stick the figure in it, it holds it nice and firmly, and it makes for a nice sturdy box. And this box, when it got shipped from Korea, it was in a much larger box with no intermediate packaging, and it was all rattling around inside, but it didn't do any damage to this box because it's a very, very strong, sturdy box. Anyway, so you look on the back of the box and it shows you the swap and change gimmick of the gem animals, because I've got two of them now, so I can do that. I can show that off. Yeah, so Diggobear, Torto Gem and Wingbird Gem. So there's three of them, and then you can switch and change the gem animals between them. There are more gem animals that they've done. They did a drop pod with like 4 or 5 new gem animals, but the actual big figures that come with the gem creatures or the gem animals or Gem Masters, they've only actually done the 3 main ones, so I just decided to get those. So anyway, there's the box, there's the name, Diggobear Gem, and let's start with the gem animal. So here's Diggobear, because obviously the character is the gem animal. It's not it's not the armor, it's not the robot. That is power armor. This is the character here. Now it's a bear, and as you can see, it's made out of this orangey sort of transparent plastic. Now, obviously, transparent plastic. We all know transparent plastic can be very brittle and fragile. It likes to crack and split very easily. It's not very flexible. Blah blah blah. Now, obviously, Wingbird Gem got it in its what's it mode. This thing has got some very strong snapping tabs on it, but when you're clicking them in and out, you keep thinking it's going to break. But I've no problems with this at all. No stress marks, no fractures, no cracks, nothing. However, this one, straight out the box, you can't really see it, but that hinge there is full of cracks. There's a few splits in the other where if you inserted the pins through the transparent plastic, it's cracked slightly. Also, when you transform this into its sort of Gem Master or breast figure mode, it's got these little loops. I don't know whether you can see them. You can see them little loops there. Those little loops are what hold these wings together, and they snap together quite firmly. I'm very worried that they are going to break. One of his legs is a little loose. The legs are all on pin joints. Legs are a little loose, and his general design. He's got a chunky body, bare head, big wide fat paws, and very narrow little paws at the back. It's very sort of narrow sort of arse end. It's due to the way it transforms, obviously, but yeah, it's not it's not that great. So yeah, it's got QC issues. I've got worries about the transparent, the longevity and the endurance of this particular plasticky, or transparent plastic on this item. I'm a bit worried about this when it's already showing signs of cracking on some of the hinge joints. But anyway, so that's the the gem master. That's the gem animal in its sort of animal mode. Now, here's the vehicle, right? And it's a digger. So Diggobear, that's where the name came from, right? Okay, so it's a green and black digger. Pretty cool. It's got big wheels on the back, small wheels on the front. Kind of like a tractor digger, I suppose that's what they were going for. It has got a big diggy bucket, and the diggy bucket has got joints on the diggy arm, so it can go up, it could go all the way back. It has arms there, it has hinge joint there, so it's got a lot of joints on the arm, so you can get you can actually use it to dig things. If you're a kid in a sand pit, you could run it along and dig stuff with it. It actually works. That's good. So it's a digger that actually has got a digger thing that works. Now, slight problem is that these digging parts, they plug in to the figure using these peg joints. Now they're like stepped pegs. They have like an inner and an outer, and they go in here, but they can also go into here. They can also fit into the robot's fists. Now, again, these peg joints here, I'm a little concerned about them wearing out and becoming loose over time. They're okay for now because they're like a double-shouldered peg joint, but when you're moving this thing around, they tend to work their way out. Why they didn't put a hinge, like a hinge pin in there to make it a pin joint, I don't know. But when you'll see later on, this toy actually has other play features involving this diggy bucket section, which is actually quite good. So, digger, and not much more about it. Now at the back you've got these sort of ripper claws, because some diggers have claws on the back if they want to rip the earth up, to do some work, like rip up tarmac or rip up the earth, then they have these claws on the back. Now these are the accessories. And like Wingbird, the accessories will fit into the alt mode in the gap where the Gem Master fits in, because you have a big gap in the alt mode and the robot mode where it fits. So that's where they do. So these weapons do come out like so. So you get these. Now they have two pegs on the bottom, and Diggobear has two ports in the top, so you can plug the accessories on top of Diggobear and he can bound around doing whatever he wants with those. That's part of his gimmick. That's one of the things you can do with the play pattern on this thing. You can do that with it, so that's one thing you can do with it. But these themselves, they open out like so, and then they separate. They do separate. There we go. And they become like diggy claws, like pickaxe type things, diggy axes. I don't know what they're called, but you've got those accessories, which we'll put them down for later. So now, transformation of the vehicle into robot mode, or powered armor mode. Now you can do this without removing the digging bucket, but really it kind of comes off while you're doing it anyway, so you're better off taking it off. So there's a certain parts formery nature about transforming this thing, so you can take that off for now, and then you just see the digger without it. Kind of an ugly looking digger when you take the bucket off the front, I think so. Anyway, now to transform it, you have to split the front section from the back section. Now, I found out earlier that this thing plugs together very firmly. So you just break it there and then start opening out the legs. So then you split the legs, and then you have these heel spurs which come out and then click into place like that. And that's basically the legs done. Not much to them. Now up top you've got these mud guards around the rear wheels. They're pegged in to the side here, so if you pull it out you can then pull it forward on a butterfly joint, bend it round, and then you've got the arm that you fold out from underneath, and there's an arm done. So again you pull that out from there, comes down on a butterfly joint, bring it round, get the arm, unplug it, and then bring it down, and there we go. Now the backpack, I mean, you could leave it like that, but the official design of it is basically you lift this thing up, then you split this apart, you bring it out, and there's a slight detent that holds it at an angle, and then you straighten these things out, and that is how the backpack is supposed to be. Now the ports for the digging bucket are on the shoulders now, so you take your digging bucket and split it in half because it's pegged down the middle, and then you plug it in to here like so. And then he's got this the digging bucket like hanging draped down his back like so, and that is the robot mode, or the power armor mode, ready to go. So now we've got to transform Diggobear into his sort of gem master mode, so to speak. So basically you unclip the side panels, then you start folding them round, then you take this thing, fold that all the way round, and then you fold the legs up, the little hind legs, and just clip them in, and then that comes round like that. Well, actually no, you have to bring it out a little bit because of the way it plugs in, because it's got those ring joints on there. One goes inside a port and the other one goes through the ring. So these pegs go through the ring, which is not so great. So you pull them in, fold the other legs down, and you push this in, and then you clip it into place on them ring ports like so. And there we have Diggobear in Gem Master mode. So then you get the ports and you just plug it in, and there you go. And there we have Diggobear in its full-blown robot mode. Looks pretty cool. Like the colours, the lime green, the orange, the black, bits of silver, pretty good. Obviously it's got a lot of stuff hanging off the back, which looks a little unsightly. I found that the backpack, you can mess around with it and sort of make it better, in my opinion. Right, so if you fold that back, and then you can get these up here, you can plug them back together, and then you can just you can you can give him a hood if you want. You know, you can give him a... You can have the bucket out the back of his head like that. Kind of like, is it Scrapper from the Constructicons? Yeah, you can mess around with the backpack, but its default setting is... I don't know about it so much. It is a thing, and it does that. Right, so yeah, there is the backpack. The other thing about this guy, an aesthetic choice that they've made, his arms. They're very, very weedy. They're very small. He looks like he's a lady class bot sporting the arms off a deluxe figure. They're, apart from the wheels, if you take the wheel off, his arms are like super, super tiny. They're very, 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 very small. I don't know whether that was intentional. I know it's due to the way it transforms, but yeah, I'm not such a fan of that, to be honest. Articulation. Let's do the articulation. Has a head rotation. You've got shoulders on a ratchet, which will go all the way around. There's a bit of a joint, like a little butterfly joint there. The arm kind of goes up to, well, yeah, it will go over 90 degrees on the elbow. Hasn't got a bicep swivel, but I suppose you could do something with that that butterfly joint on the shoulder. No waist joint. The hips are... Oh, yeah, take these things off. The hips... very jarring ratchets. So they go back and they go forward. So they go... like that. Same with the other side. They don't like going in one direction. They jar. Thigh swivels. Now it's got 90-degree knees, but it's got an extra joint, so you can get more of a like a double jointed knee bend if you want. That's a transformation joint. Nothing at on the ankles, because he's a typical Carbot. No rockers, no ankle tilts. He's just got his ankles cut at a slight angle to give him a neutral A stance when he's standing bolt upright. The robot mode is okay. Proportion wise, it's a little off with the skinny arms. The rest of it's not too bad. The kibble with the digging arms hanging off the back is a bit... I'm not so sure about that myself, but yeah. Does come with the little jewel, the little cube that goes in the watch. You get the usual set of instructions on black and white instructions on glossy paper. Not much more I can say about it. Oh yeah, the accessories. I forgot to mention these. Now it has got, according to the instruction, it has got some extra play patterns that you can do. Now these axe things can hold them in his hands, obviously, so he can go, have at thee, I suppose you can go rock climbing with them or something, or pick away at something. There are other options. Now, the bits on the shoulders, you can remove the diggy bits off the shoulders, and these bits have like the same stepped style peg, and you can plug them in up here for a different aesthetic appearance. Like that. So he's kind of got like a scorpion tail going on. A double scorpion tail. So there is that. And also thing you can do, according to the instructions, is you can get the digging bucket, and you can twist these bits round because they're on swivels, on pivots, and then you can get the pegs and you can peg them in to his hands. And then you can go diggy diggy. You can go shoveling things. So yeah, that's an interesting little quirk of the accessories, that you can use them in other ways. It has got some peg ports on the shoulders. It has got some peg ports here, so you can plug things up there, or you can plug the things on there. So it's got options of where you can put stuff. Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. Like I said, there are a few issues with this thing in my mind that I'm not, I'm not super keen on. Chief amongst which is the QC issues with the Gem Master. In fact, actually, before I go, let's just do this, right? Let's just do the swap and change gimmick, right? So, Diggobear. And there you've got Wingbird, Diggobear, and obviously the bear guy can fit into Wingbird's chassis. So that's the nature of the swap and change gimmick. You can swap the Gem Masters over from one figure to another. Interesting gimmick. They have got the other ones, the other sort of Gem Masters that they've made, which are a lot more fancy than these. There's a spider one that's quite good, and there's a kangaroo one as well, and they're all right. They're pretty good. I don't know whether I'll be getting them though, because just as accessories for these other bots, I don't know whether I'll be willing to go down that route, just to do that. So this figure is, it's all right. It's not as good as Wingbird, not by a long chalk. It has multiple issues that I'm not too pleased about. It's a bit 50-50 on how much I like it in general. It's a bit of a Marmite sort of robot. You either love it or you hate it. There's a lot going on here, and not all of it good. But it's well made. It's decent quality. It's big. It's got lots of clicky joints as Korean stuff usually has. Reasonably articulated, not brilliantly. No waist joint, no bicep swivels. It's that sort of thing. But yeah, it's okay. It's all right. But like I said, it's not as good as Wingbird. So that's been my review of that. My first review of 2024. There will be another review next week. My second Korean figure, something from the Metal Carbot toy line that I've managed to get. I didn't do an unboxing video on it. In fact, a little housekeeping thing just to put at the end of the video. I'm only actually doing two. I'm only doing two unboxing videos this month because I like to do the second, third, and fourth Wednesday of any given month, and but this month had 5 Wednesdays, and I missed the first 2. So the last Wednesday is the 31st, which will be the same day as my end of month bot haul. And I'm thinking, well, I probably won't even do that. And I'm filming this today on. I'm doing this on Friday the 19th of January, and I got 2 more packages coming today, which included my second Korean figure. So by right, that should be my third unboxing video, but I want to review it. I want to do the unboxing video before the review. I don't want any sort of continuity errors on my videos if I can help it. So anyway, so that said, I've been TFI Wilderness, my first review of 2024. More Korean plastic to come. Obviously, you know, the Metal Carbot toy line, I'm sort of tied up buying figures from that line till at least June, July. But there's plenty of other things out there that are floating my boat at the moment. So, yeah, I will be making a dig at those. And that's the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. I've been TFI Wilderness, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.